Hey everybody, happy Teensy Tuesday. It's Gianna. Happy 2020. I'm so excited to see you guys again. I took a little bit of a break and I wanted to kind of like reformulate what this channel is gonna look like and like change some stuff up. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to work on that all so much because tomorrow I'm having elective surgery. I've never had surgery in my life. I'm kind of freaking out and it's kind of like sitting on my shoulders right now. Like I just want it to be over because it's all I can think about. So January's been off to a little bit of a rocky start just because all I can think about is the surgery. I am excited, but I'm super nervous and I've never been put under before, so I don't know what that's gonna feel like. And like in my head, I just keep thinking that I'm gonna wake up and be like screaming my head off because I'm gonna be like freaking out. I'm not ready quite yet to like tell you guys what the surgery is, but I am gonna vlog it in case I do decide to put it up. You are gonna notice, I'm sure, once my videos are coming back up. But there might be another little break after this just because I didn't backlog anything because I've been like, ooh, out of my mind worried about this. So that's what's been going on with me. I hope you guys have had a great start to your January. I wanted to start out the first video of 2020 talking about my intentions for 2020 and some of the resolutions that I made. So a few years ago, I was like, resolutions are so stupid. You could change anything at any time. And I still do believe that. You can change anything at any time. But everybody loves a fresh start. And there's that like moment of like crisp like hope that you could bottle like right before it turns midnight. And I just like love that feeling of like, it's fresh, it's new, it's like happening all over again. And so I did go ahead and write out resolutions. Last year I did this as well and it worked out like really well for me. I accomplished almost everything on the list. I'm gonna make another video about my resolutions of 2019 and how I made all of them come true. I really kept them in the back of my mind and like refreshed myself at the beginning of every month and being like, oh, these are my intentions, these are my resolutions, this is what I want to be doing this year, this is where I want to be at. And 2019 was a big year for me. I moved from Orlando to Chicago. I went back to school to get my bachelor's degree. I quit a job and started a new one. I got an internship. A lot of like crazy things happened, like big milestones in my life, and I kept my intention always in the back, I should say the forefront of my mind, because I was thinking about them all the time, and then I made most of them come true. If there were like two things that didn't, but everything else did come true. So I'm hoping that that's the same with 2020, and I just wanted to show you guys like kind of how I organize my year and what I have planned. So I use the Happy Planner for all organization. I love organization, but I literally cannot get the hang of doing it electronically. I cannot put things in my phone. It doesn't work for me. I like to write everything out. I like to put stickers down. I like to take time and be like, oh, what's this week gonna look like? I'm like a very visual person. So I do have the Happy Planner. This year I got a smaller one. I can link it in the description down below because I don't really know. I got it on Amazon. But this is what the layout looks like for January. And then this on this side here is my list of resolutions, and it's just a page like insert. So that's not actually like a part of the book. So I did the same thing this year as I did last year for my intentions. I wrote them on a list, and then I just kind of made like a little scrapbook of like quotes and places that I want to be, kind of like a vision board, but a little bit less. So these are my resolutions and I'm gonna go through them now. So I did the same thing that I did last year where I broke it down into different categories, and my categories are planet, mindfulness, physical health, personal, and YouTube. They're a little different than last year's, but I obviously have different things I want to focus on and work on this year. So writing down your goals, I think, makes a huge difference in if you actually end up accomplishing them or not. And just reminding yourself monthly about where you want to be and what you want to do. I think those are two like major things that really helped me make like strides in what I did last year. So I'll start with planet. Last year I pushed really hard to be a lot more eco-friendly. Some of my resolutions were no more plastic bottles, and like now I don't do that anymore, so I'm not gonna write that down for a resolution for this year because I just know I don't use plastic bottles. Like that's not something that I do, so I don't need to write that down again and remind myself, because now I know that that's not something that is for me. So I wrote down new things that I wanted to do this year. So my first thing is a very big thing for me. It's that I will not buy any makeup or beauty products at all. So I have a makeup vanity and it is full to the brim of makeup. And then in my bathroom, I have an entire cabinet full of sample sizes, things that haven't even been opened yet. That's gonna be a whole nother video because I had the Sephora Play Box for 2 years, and the Sephora Play Box is like basically like Ipsy, like you get it and it's like 5 products that you get to try. I have like a gallon size Ziploc bag full of samples that I haven't even touched yet because my thing is I want to use up the first thing that I get before I try something else. Especially just for your skin, I feel like you don't want to be trying a bunch of different things at a time. So I use one thing consistently until it's gone, throw it away, try the next thing. I finally canceled my Sephora Play and I was like, I do not need any more makeup. I literally have, I'm not kidding you, 100 lipsticks. Who needs and I hardly wear makeup. When I'm in school, I wear makeup, but when I'm not in school, I do not wear makeup. And makeup used to be like a much bigger thing in my life. Like on cruise line, it was something that was very therapeutic to me, but now that I have like cooking, it's just like not my thing anymore. I love to look cute, but I don't need 100 lipsticks. So I'm gonna try this year very hard to work through a lot of the stuff that I have and get rid of it because I want to really simplify my makeup routine, simplify my beauty routine, and come back with all clean products. Hopefully by 2022 I can be done with all this stuff. That sounds so long from now, but it's good to have these things in the forefront of my mind now because this is important to me and I don't want to have all of this garbage or be making all this waste. But one of the most important things that I learned last year about being low waste is to use what you have first. So don't buy new things just because you think like, oh, this is low waste, this is good for the environment. If you already have 2 foundations, use your 2 foundations that you have. And also makeup expires, but I'm gonna try and use it. And have you ever finished a whole palette, like an eyeshadow palette in your life? Because I haven't, but I'm gonna try to. So that is number 1. That is already testing me. Last weekend I went to New York and they have a Bite Beauty like storefront where you can make your own lipstick color, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to do this so bad, but I didn't. So we're off to a good start. Number 2, I will not purchase any new clothing. The only exceptions are underwear and bathing suits. Ooh, yeah, so I have been renting my clothing with a company called Nuuly. I'm gonna make an unboxing video too this year about Nuuly, and you get 6 pieces every 30 days. It's kind of like Rent the Runway, like similar style, except for it's all like Anthropologie, Urban Outfitters, like stuff that you could wear every day. It has been working for me like beautifully, and I feel like I don't need to buy new things because I have a closet full of clothes. I don't only rent my clothes, like I have clothes too, but I just feel like I don't need anything new anymore. And I can wear out the clothes that I have for probably the next at least 10 years. And I think you're so stuck in your head sometimes about, oh, I like need to have the cool new thing, or I need to have this, or I need to have that. But like renting, borrowing, like swapping with my friends, those are great ways to be doing that without buying new things. Clothing is one of the hardest things to reuse or recycle. H&M does have a great program if you are looking to get rid of some things and they're like not good quality to take to Goodwill. You can bring it into H&M, recycle your clothing there. They give you a 15% coupon and then they use the textiles. So that's pretty cool, but I just like, I don't need to be adding to it anymore. So yeah, no more clothes for me. Be mindful about composting as much as I can. So I did start composting. I'm very lucky because my college has a composting program. So what I do is I put all of my compost from my house in bags and put it in the freezer, and then when I go to school I just dump it like once a month. It is hard to do composting. I like live in the suburbs, it's winter time, like you can't really have a compost turner outside. Like you can, but especially where I live, it's like kind of wooded, so there's a lot of animals that would get into our stuff, so that is not really a possibility for me. I did look into, some cities have like kind of curbside composting where they're like, come pick it up for you for like a fee. Unfortunately, because I live in the suburbs, that's not something that I have access to. So I just had to make do with what I have. So composting is a lot easier than you think. Again, another video that's coming in 2020 is gonna be about composting. But I thought there was no way I could ever do it. And then I kind of figured out a way that worked for me, and I started doing it a little bit last year. So I wanna make sure that I'm doing that more this year, being more mindful about it. Next in Planet is find a way to repurpose and reuse one item a month. This idea came from Morgan, who is also just my like BFF and advocate for the world. I think I do a pretty good job of this, but to intentionally do it every month and to like be thinking about it, I think is a good idea. Also just like not even repurposing or reusing, but like the gym shoes that I've had for a while, like taking them to get like a proper cleaning so that they can last longer, because the things you have can last longer if you take care of them properly. I'm pretty good at taking care of my items, but just like also making sure that the items that I do have are being taken care of the right way for them to last a really long time is important to me. And then the last thing in the Planet section is transition to a bamboo toothbrush. So currently, you know, the dentist like gives you toothbrushes when you leave. I started refusing them now, but I have like 3 left, so I'm gonna use those up until they're done, which will probably last me like pretty much the whole year. But then when that's done, I'm gonna get a bamboo toothbrush, which I'm really excited about, because I'm not gonna be adding to the plastic. In the ocean, I did go when I was in DC to one of the Smithsonian museums. There was like an ocean section, and they had a whole art installation made. It was made to look like the ocean, but it was used with plastic that was found in the ocean, and there were so many toothbrushes, and I was like horrified, so I don't want to be adding to that at all. So that's my Planet section. The next section is mindfulness. So mindfulness is the same as last year. Read 12 books, 1 per month, which I did do last year, and I started again this year. I am now reading Atomic Habits for January. I do have a video of my first 6 months of 2019, all the books that I read, and then I'm gonna make a video of the second 6 months of 2019, all the books that I read. I read some really great books last year, and even though it's hard when school starts, I think that it's really worth it, because it really just, 1, helps you go to bed at night, 2, it's just like great for your brain. And I really want to exercise my brain because I have a bad memory, so I need to make sure that I am doing everything I can to keep my brain in great working condition. And then the second thing in mindfulness is meditate every morning with my routine. So I did make a morning routine and a night routine, which again will be another video. And every morning I'm supposed to wake up and meditate. This has been kind of rough for me to start this habit. I did it the first like 11 days of January, and then I went to New York and kind of got caught up. I missed 1 day, but I feel like I've been meditating a lot at night rather than in the morning, so I might have to switch things up. But last year my goal was to meditate 25 days of the month every month, and I did not reach that at all. So this year I'm definitely buckling down and trying to do better. If I do less time, like 3 to 5 minutes, I feel like there's no excuse for me not to be able to do that. I use the app Headspace, and so it's guided and it's really easy. So I just need to like stop being such a baby and just do it, because my life increased, like my wellness increases, I feel like, when I'm meditating. I feel like I'm in a better headspace, pun intended. So that is mindfulness. The next section is physical health. My first one is work out 4 times per week. Currently I work out 6 times per week, so I really kind of wrote that goal as like a haha, I could check that off every week, and even when I'm having a bad week. If I do 4, I'm reaching my goal, which is good. So working out 4 times per week. My second is to hit my goal weight. My goal weight currently is 140. We'll see if that like kind of changes. If you've watched my how I lost 20 pounds video, I have been at sort of a plateau for the last 6 months, but I'm hoping after the surgery it kind of like kickstarts things for me, and it'll be a little easier to lose the weight. So we'll see what happens with that. My next for physical health is no more fish. I have been a vegetarian, a full vegetarian, for the last, well, I was a vegetarian for 10 years. 10 years ago I started going veg. Sorry, I'm being repetitive. But for 2 of those years I was a vegan, and for 2 of those years I've been a pescatarian. So I kind of like change things up sometimes. And for the last 2 years I have been eating fish, and I am going to just cut that out this year. I'm not trying to eat any fish. Yeah, I hope that goes well. We'll see what happens. I'm not like, you know, committed to fish in any way. I don't like love it, but if I go on this one trip that I'm thinking I might go on, I might have to have some fish. But yeah, for this year I'm gonna phase out the fish, no more fish. And then the next for physical health, the last one, is to get my side splits. I really want to do my splits. I've been working on them pretty hard, but I need to kind of get like regimented where I'm doing them nightly. I want to get my side splits so bad. I've never been able to do splits. I'm pretty close right now. I'm probably this far off the ground. So like not super, super close, but I've been working pretty hard on them. And I think that's a good like measurable goal because I could like see that actually happening and me getting better and getting close to the ground. So that is one of my goals as well. Next is personal. This is my biggest goal of the year. It's the first goal that I have under the personal section, and it's the one that means the most to me, and it is to volunteer more. So I wanted to have like, I like to have a specific number to reach in mind, and I did decide on 50 hours. So 50 plus hours in 2020 is what I want to do. So I found some great like local community things that I can do, and I will be starting that once I'm recovered from surgery, about 6 weeks post-op. So like first week of March, I can start volunteering, which I am very excited about. And I have done volunteer work before, but I just want to get in the habit of doing it a lot more, because I think it's a great thing to be doing just for myself. Next on personal is do morning and night routine daily. So like I said, I do have a morning and night routine. It's just like kind of to cap off the day. My therapist has told me many times it's like very good to start your morning the same way every day and very good to end your night the same way every day, because it kind of just gets you in the mode to go to bed, gets you in the mode to wake up. So I have like a regimented list of things to do. Very quick, 15 minutes in the morning, it's 45 minutes at night, but at night I feel like I lay in bed pretty long anyway, so I've been doing okay with that. I'm kind of working on it. Hopefully by February it's more nailed down. Next, and the last one on personal, is figure out how and to set boundaries. So this is like a really personal one, but I have like zero boundaries in relationships, like at all, like none. And it has put me in a lot of like very sticky situations. So I wanna maybe get some books, get some literature. I literally don't know how to set healthy boundaries. I wouldn't even know where to start. So that's a really big one for me this year, just for my mental health and for if I, just for like all of my friendships and for my family, like living at home, like I need to make sure that I'm setting healthy boundaries throughout my life and all of my relationships. It's very, very, very important to me that I figure that out this year. My very last section is YouTube, and currently it's kind of sporadic, but I want to make sure I'm setting aside an allotted 2 hours weekly for channel work. And that doesn't mean filming or editing, but that's like checking my comments, looking at my analytics, seeing what I could do better, things like that. I want to grow my channel. We're going on in August, it'll be year 3. So like we're halfway through year 2 right now, and I just want to get better at my channel. Like I want to do better, and I am so fortunate to have the amount of subscribers that I do. I feel like so lucky that people watch my videos and that people care about the things that I'm saying, that I have subscribers who watch me every Tuesday, that when I walk through Disney, like people recognize me. I think that's incredible, and I don't take that for granted literally at all. And I want to make sure that I'm putting out the best possible content for everybody that watches my videos, because I am so grateful for it. And I want to make sure that if I turn this channel like a little bit more towards like eco-friendly or like my life or school or things like that, that's something that people actually want to be watching, and I'm not taking away from the Disney aspect too much. So I got a lot of things to figure out with that, and I'm excited to do that because YouTube was not on my radar last year, and I feel like I kind of fell off the wagon a little bit. So this year is definitely one of my top priorities. I'm very excited about it because I really do care about my channel like a lot. So things will be changing here, and for the better, hopefully. Thank you guys so much for watching this. This is Tuesday. I'm literally filming this right now. I'm about to just throw it up. Like I'm not even gonna like edit it too much. I'm just gonna throw it up on YouTube. And so my surgery is tomorrow. So I'm not sure if there's gonna be a video on Tuesday. I might be a little too drugged up, but we will see what happens. So thank you guys for sticking with me through this rough and bumpy January. I hope you're having a great 2020 so far. Happy Teaching Tuesday, everybody. Have a great week. I will see you soon. Bye.